This is a song I wrote called Powerless. It's basically about how most politicians are all the same. This man on the telly, he shook hands with old grannies, he kissed babies and such on the local news today. All promises and smiles representing mankind. The people, our children, their destiny. He said, vote for me, I'm your man. I am powerless, it's in your hands. Our fate from well-paid positions, these overgrown children play up to the cameras in Commons debate. Oh, listen to them, it's happy hour. They were powerless, we gave them power. Right honourables and sirs, wheelchairs, hearing aids and Zimmer frames. Much wiser than most, but they've given up the ghost, or they're tainted by politics and party gain. No one listens to them, they're out to grass. They are powerless, their time has passed. Powerless. It's the law of the land that we place in their hands, fine upstanding citizens, one and all, till they're caught with their pants down by a sleazy Fleet Street press gang, with their hands in the till down in pure Whitehall. Oh, and listen to them, they've got nothing to say, and we're powerless to make them pay. Powerless. No matter what your political persuasion is, we're all human beings, believe it or not. And it's a funny thing, you know, but all the, down the Teesside there, where all the steel workers have been put out of work, you know. And you're looking at a company that's been bailed out once or twice, and it's never worked. And I was thinking, well, I feel very sorry for them and their families. I wondered, when they were making good money and the local corner shop had to close down because the supermarket was getting all of their business, I wondered how many of them actually thought about the little corner shop and went for the cheaper option. So really, you've got to do everything yourself. Try and be part of that community and look at what's going to happen to the community if things are let go, you know. So they became victims of market forces, but they were also, most of them would have been people who chose to spend their money in a place where it was going to work against the local community. So, nothing against supermarkets where there's a gin. Oh, just as well. Anyway, this one's about. It's called "Close Your Eyes, Love," and it's about an old story of. There's a fisher wife whose husband's been lost at sea, and she takes up with a miner, and they're from two different churches and two different communities, and because in the old days, if you're a fisherwoman and your husband was lost at sea, you weren't supposed to take up with another man until his body was actually recovered. And obviously in some instances the body was never recovered. So these two people moved away from the prejudice. Close your eyes, love, wait and see. We'll be fine, love, you and me. Close your eyes, love, wait and see. We'll be fine, love, we'll be fine. Close your eyes, don't you worry, let me hold you tight. The moon and stars, they're all on show for you and me tonight. We can watch the evening tide settle on the shore. Gaze upon these northern skies and love forevermore. Close your eyes, love, wait and see. We'll be fine, love, you and me. Close your eyes, love, wait and see. We'll be fine, love, we'll be fine. Now time has trampled on our dreams, life has sold us short. So-called friends, they turned their backs, they dragged us through the dirt. We still have each other's arms and the sky above our heads. And all the trouble in the world won't spoil this love we share. Close your eyes, love, wait and see. We'll be fine, love, you and me. Close your eyes, love, wait and see. We'll be fine, love, we'll be fine. Now down their idle wagging tongues, down their foolish ways, a curse upon their prejudice, we will find a place. Far away from ignorance, we'll wander hand in hand, never to return until they come to understand. Close your eyes, love, wait and see. We'll be fine, love, you and me. Close your eyes, love, wait and see. remembrances. Had an uncle who used to work in a scrapyard in Baker called Shepherd's Scrapyard, and he always used to say, it was quite prophetic really. He always said, I wish the place would bloody burn down. I didn't like it very much, and it did have a big fire not so long ago. So this is called Shepherd's Yard, and it's just about having a bit of a dead-end job. And I draw the comparison between a scrapyard and a graveyard. And we make a big thing about recycling, you know. I mean, this is another thing I thought about the steel industry. Maybe we've made so much steel over the last couple of 100 years, since the Industrial Revolution, that maybe we just don't need steel anymore. We just recycle that much of it, Anyway, so it's a foregone conclusion. So this is Shepherd's Yard. Thanks very much. Shepherd's Yard, scrap metal graveyard, in for a penny, in for a pound, all for the money. Any old iron, brass and steel, copper wire or alloy wheel, in for a penny, in for a pound, all for the money. Work all day in the cold and wet, bronchial fever's what you get. In for a penny, in for a pound, all for the money. When that Friday night buzzer sounds, sling my hook and I'll be homeward bound. Shine my shoes and comb my hair, I'll be drunk and dancing down a dog-leap stair. Working man, aching bones and blistered hands, in for a penny, in for a pound, all for the money. Now the rich get rich and the poor get nothing, a hole in the ground and a chipboard coffin. In for a penny, in for a pound, all for the money. But when that Friday night buzzer sounds, I'll sling my hook and I'll be homeward bound. Shine my shoes and I'll comb my hair, I'll be drunk and dancing down a dog-leap stair. in Shepherd's Yard, working down in Shepherd's